Pitbull Sports Media, home of the big dogs. So dig it. We had a Mexican battle that went down this past weekend between Oscar Valdez and Emanuel Navarrete for the championship belt. Now, Oscar Valdez is now 31-2 with 23 knockouts. He's 32 years of age, stands in the orthodox fighting style, and he's 5'5.5" with a 66-inch arm reach. Now, he took on Emanuel Navarrete, who is now 38-1. 31 KOs. Navarrete is 28 years old. He's 5'7" with a 72-inch arm reach. Now, a lot of people was saying that this fight was closer than I saw it. The commentators were saying that, it was a tough, close fight and everything like that. But in my eyes, Emanuel Navarrete, I'm sorry about that. Emanuel, he dominated to me. I don't know what you guys saw. Right off the back, Emanuel definitely won the first 4 to 5 rounds for me. I believe Oscar Valdez, came back in round 6. He did a good job in round 5 too. But for most of the fight, I don't know. I just felt like Navarrete had the advantage the whole night. Now, Navarrete used that long 72-inch arm reach. These guys fighting at 130. Like I said, Oscar Valdez only had the 66-inch arm reach. Now, Navarrete, length, he's 6 inches longer when it comes to the reach. His length kept Oscar Valdez in trouble all night. That left hand kept touching that eye of Oscar Valdez, and I thought the fight should have been stopped by the corner. Oscar could not see. Oscar showed great heart. He's a real warrior, but Emanuel Navarrete, he just had Oscar's number the whole night. Now, it was a tough fight, a Mexican war. Emanuel, he really put it on Oscar Valdez. At the end of the fight, Emanuel's face looked pretty clear. His face always looks pretty clear when he fights, but he's always in a war. He's always fighting. Like, he's always throwing a massive amount of punches, as he did in this fight, and he overwhelms his opponents and he smothers them. He put the bangers to Oscar Valdez. Oscar Valdez was doing a good job later in the fight, by fighting low, staying low. That was working for him, But that uppercut, Navarrete just kept throwing that left uppercut, and it kept connecting. The fight was very brutal. Emanuel was controlling it to me. It was great heart, nice hard fight, but Oscar Valdez really didn't have much. He's a very limited fighter. Now, after the Shakur Stevenson loss, it is very clear that he's not on that elite level. I think he's a good fighter, but he's not elite, especially after this beating. I believe it was a beating. The commentators are trying to make it this rematch trilogy, but after that display, what rematch is needed? Oscar, he's not athletic enough. He's not long enough. He's not strong enough to get Emanuel out of there. Emanuel said he, hurt his right hand during the fight, and you could hardly tell because his punch output was still high. He was still landing harsh, brutal shots, but when I look back at it, he was throwing that left hook. The left hook too, but the left uppercut a lot. He was just throwing that left a whole lot. So, if he had a hurt hand and he put a beating on Valdez like that, I don't want to see when his hand's healed. They can just save that fight. It's going to be very brutal. He closed Valdez's eye, and I believe Valdez's corner should have stopped the fight. I believe the doctor should have stopped the fight. It was no way Valdez was going to win, and this is how you get guys hurt in the gym. But again, let me know what you guys think. Do it deserve a rematch? Was it really that close of a fight? Or was it really a blowout, which I think it was a blowout by Emanuel Navarrete? A great performance. Again, Pitbull Sports Media, home of the Big Dogs.